students and parents here from all over the state of Idaho. Some of you drove 14 hours to get here. Some of you came in a raging blizzard to get here. And I want you all to give yourselves a huge round of applause for making it to the Invent Idaho State Finals. Now, students, inventors, I would like you to turn to your parents and give them a huge round of applause for getting you here. That's a huge commitment, and I love that you all are excited about and supporting creative problem solving and the inventive thinking process. That's really what it's all about today, and this whole journey is about the process. We are engaging young minds to get inspired, be creative, and be problem solvers. These guys are our future problem solvers of the world, so I applaud you all for encouraging that. Parents, a note to you, you might take a look at the patent process has changed. You might look into a provisional patent just as a way to protect your invention before you see if you want to go forward with it. The process is what's most important. Young inventors, I know you're excited about the awards and the ribbons, and that is very cool. It's your moment to shine. But I really want you to look at the journey you've taken. That's really what it's all about. The research you've gone through, the problem solving is what's most important. I'd like to take a moment, and if you could all please stand, we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I think it's important that we honor this country that allows us to be creative problem solvers. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Yeah, give it a round of applause. This country allows that to happen. We would not be here without our gracious sponsors. The first one I'd like to mention is Fig Pickles Toy and Game, because they are wonderful sponsors. They're here. I hope you've enjoyed them. They're going to be coming up on stage a little later with some special awards. But we simply cannot run this kind of event without amazing sponsors and volunteers. So thank you, volunteers. Thank you to the over 40 judges that have worked. We've had at least 5 different teams of judges in here. Our host. Isn't this site beautiful? Huge round of applause for the University of Idaho. Our other sponsors, thank you to the Best Western University Inn, Intermax Networks, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention my husband and son. I couldn't be here without their support. Randall Danskin Attorneys and Susan Moss Attorneys, who will be providing the patent searches for the Best of Show winners. The Jump Center of Boise, STEM Revolution, the Jecker Family Trust, STEM Action Center of Idaho is sponsored by the legislature, and they are a huge sponsor. They recognize the need for STEM education. So thank you to the STEM Action Center. They're also providing $500 scholarships to the national attendees to help them get there. And a special thanks to Micron, who added 5 more scholarships to go to nationals. So huge round of applause to our sponsors, especially the U of I, for hosting this amazing event. There is an online challenge if you are interested. It's called the iCube Challenge. It's a national competition, totally online. The 2018 theme is well-being. So if you have an invention about the well-being of humans, animals, pets, the environment, anything that is well-being, consider looking into the iCube Challenge. There's more information out by the registration table. We have a special award that will be given to one Best of Show. It's a $1,000 scholarship to the University of Idaho from the engineering department. And wouldn't that be amazing if your child in 5th grade, age 10, got their first scholarship to the University of Idaho? Wouldn't that be cool? So let's give a round of applause to the U of I. Also very exciting, every year the University of Idaho does what they call Expo, Expo is their senior design projects from the College of Engineering. So these are seniors in college. And we have, I believe it's 5 young inventors, one of you, will be invited, expenses paid, back to the University of Idaho, and your kiddos will pitch their invention right alongside the College of Engineering seniors. So that's pretty exciting. Give them a round of applause, sure. Lots of amazing opportunities. Parents, if your child is called up here later to attend nationals, if they are a national qualifier, may I please meet with parents of national qualifiers right up here after the event. We're going to have an ice cream social. I believe it starts right after the awards, out in the lobby. And parents will be sure to get you to that ice cream social. But I do want to meet with all national qualifying parents. All of you who are state winners today that come up on this stage, you are invited to go to the Idaho State Capitol building on Invent Idaho Day. Several years ago, the state legislature unanimously agreed to host an Invent Idaho Day at the Capitol for you young inventors. I think that's amazing in and of itself that the legislature unanimously agreed on something. So I think that's pretty exciting. And it's about you young inventors. So on March 13th, each of you that come up across the stage, get a flyer. It's totally optional, but you are welcome and invited to meet the legislators and display your invention that is a winner here at State so they can see what Invent Idaho is doing. By the way, you do need to register for that, so be sure to read the flyer. That would be very helpful. Many of you don't realize yet that we do have a high school division, grades 9 through 12, but nobody entered this year. So it's wide open. Those of you that are inventors, be the first. It looks really good on a college application. If you were an Invent Idaho state winner, that could look really good for the high school division. At this time, I'd like to introduce Tammy Cass, who's going to wave at you for now, and she's going to be my helper later. Tammy is the North Idaho Regional Coordinator, and I appreciate her help tremendously. So give Tammy a round of applause. And we have several individuals that I'd like to recognize. One of those I'm going to invite up here on the stage in a moment. Her name is Janet Nelson. Janet is the Vice President for Research and Economic Development at the University of Idaho. In her administrative role, she oversees, coordinates, and facilitates all University of Idaho research activities. Ms. Nelson works closely with faculty to catalyze, encourage, and support research and scholarly activities. She serves as the principal point of contact for the university in all research-related matters and represents the regional, national, and international research interests of the university. Janet Nelson has a doctorate in chemistry from the California Institute of Technology in Pasadena, California, and nearly 30 years of experience in scientific research. Please welcome Janet Nelson.
Thank you, Beth. I'm just delighted to be here. I have some remarks and I want to share some words with you, but I just first of all want to give you a really warm welcome to the University of Idaho, and I'm looking out and seeing all the potential future vandals in the audience or wherever you may go. I've been over here for the last bit looking at a number of these displays, and it is so exciting. As Beth told you, I'm a chemist too, and I know that I like to invent, and I like to try to do things when I was a child and all the way through graduate school and research, and my children have as well. And raise your hand, parents, if you had to clean up a first or second try of something that didn't quite work the way, you know. But thank your kids for keeping on trying and being here today. I know many of you have traveled very far, some of you have traveled short distances, but the hours that are put into this room aren't just the hours traveling to get here. It's the hours that put into the creativity, the thought, the trying, the building, the trying again, to have all these great inventions. And I'm going to be really surprised if I don't see a number of these as commercial products in a few years, so it's really exciting. I'd also like to welcome today my director of the Office of Tech Transfer, Jeremy Tampson. Jeremy, will you raise your hand? I hired Jeremy about a year ago because here at the university, we really want to help our faculty and students take their inventions to the next stage and have them turn into patents, to have them licensed, to have them turn into things that help the world and our state become a better place, which is truly, truly part of the land-grant mission of the University of Idaho and part of what I'm so proud about. I did take some time to walk around, and if I had another 60 minutes, I could talk a minute on every poster and display here. It is just so amazing. What I do want to say is, rather than my notes, and I have a lot of notes of ones that I looked at and folks that I talked to, rather than doing that, let me just say, I think that you're all winners. So whether you walk across the stage and get a winner ribbon or a certificate, you're here and you're a winner, and that's what this is about. So congratulations to all of you for being here. So you may not know it, but your inventions here are in really good company at the University of Idaho. We opened our doors nearly 130 years ago, and we have been a hub in the state for research, scholarly activity, creation, and innovation. And I just want to give a few examples. So many of you have heard of portable heart defibrillators, and you might even know somebody whose lives have been saved by this device. But what you might not know is that was invented by Carl Edmark, a heart surgeon who graduated from the University of Idaho in 1942. Another inventor from the University of Idaho, who happens to be a chemist, and since I'm a chemist, it's near and dear to my heart, is Malcolm Renfrew. He's a polymer chemist, and he was very instrumental in the development of Teflon. And if you try to ever make pancakes, you probably appreciate the Teflon coating on your skillet. But his very first paper on Teflon, he revealed this to the world at the American Chemical Society meeting in 1946, here from Moscow. And Bob Twiggs is a distinguished professor and got his degree in electrical engineering here from the university in 1961. He's a professor of astronautical engineering and helped develop CubeSats. You may have heard of CubeSats. These are small, low-cost satellites that are used to detect many things, such as detecting earthquakes, monitoring the weather in space. And so again, another one of many, many examples of folks that have been here at the University of Idaho and contributions that they have made to help our world be a better place. Things are going on right now in the spirit of our lives. Live today at the University of Idaho. We're producing new technologies today to benefit our people and economy. So ongoing research in the College of Agriculture is a new gene that's embedded in the wheat varieties. And this special gene will keep wheat crops from dying when herbicides are sprayed upon them, which helps produce better and stronger crops. We here have developed a new fish vaccine to protect trout. So when it says, get your flu shot here, we send our little trout to this stream here. No, I'm just joking. But this fish vaccine protects trout against cold water disease, and this disease costs fish farmers millions of dollars every year. And in Idaho, if you don't know this, Idaho produces the most farm trout of anywhere on Earth. We produce 85% of the farm trout. And so this fish vaccine is going to have a really important commercial impact to our state. So I could go on and on with a number of other examples, but these leaders, you know, I'm thinking you here, you could fit in very naturally with our Vandal family at the University of Idaho. We do so much more invention and research than any other institute in the state, and we welcome you back. I was joking with my director of tech transfer, and I said, I wonder in 4 or 5 years when you're in your office, what freshman's going to wander in and say, hey, I remember you at this event, and come say hi to us when you're here. So Beth mentioned engineering. There are many colleges and many different degrees, but engineering is a discipline that is a discipline of choice for many inventors. And the University of Idaho does have a world-class program that's been producing graduates in engineering for over 125 years in all forms of engineering. So biological engineering, chemical engineering, mechanical engineering, nuclear engineering, civil, environmental, and electrical. And what's really neat is all these disciplines are starting to integrate, and we're having new disciplines emerge that are the integration of bringing together these many, many different disciplines to solve real complex problems. So our programs collectively offer a mix of lectures, laboratory work, and teamwork that teach you to solve real-world issues. Innovation is so core to our mission here that we have a whole month dedicated to us. I think we're having a kickstart because April is the month of innovation at the University of Idaho. Beth mentioned a few of the 9 events that we are hosting in Idaho to celebrate the creativity and scholarly achievements of our faculty and students and staff. And many of these events are open to the public. So I would reiterate Beth's invitation for you to come learn more about our Showcase of Engineering Expo. Now, you probably are better than I am at navigating websites. So the directions I have here about going to the website and searching for Innovation Month and looking for the magnifying glass, I probably don't have to read those directions to you. But take a look, hunt them down, come back, enjoy with us, and share with us. If you come to these events, I encourage you to interact with our students and our faculty. These people meet you on this campus, and they may one day be your teachers, your mentors, or your colleagues. So I'm going to give the floor back now to Beth, but before I do, I wish you, the students, and all your families the best of luck with your future. You are some of Idaho's brightest, and I'm sure I'm going to be reading about some of your accomplishments in the future, and hopefully after you enroll at the University of Idaho. So go Vandals!
All right, young inventors, this day is all about you. So let's take a moment and have the young inventors stand up, get the wiggles out, and give yourselves a huge round of applause. Inventors, stand up. Thank you. So, young inventors, I'm betting that there is a teacher in your life that might have inspired you to invent. And we'd like to honor that teacher right now. Do I have a young inventor? What's your name? Lucas is going to draw the name of one teacher. And if this is your teacher that you nominated, would you come up and get a small book award for her, please? Him or her, please. So Lucas, draw one name. Dig in there. Thank you. Go ahead and sit down. Thank you, Lucas. And the teacher that's being honored today, if somebody knows, Kim Duncan from Winton Elementary. Somebody come on up. Who has her as a teacher? So as you can see, Kim inspired lots and lots of kids. A couple of quick notes. First of all, you can pick up your score sheets if you would like those at the table out where we registered and checked you in after everything. If you could bring your number, your tented number, the colored number, that would be very helpful. I'd like to take a moment for somebody that you're going to meet hopefully a little bit later, and we have a famous inventor in our midst. His name is Bob Knight. He's the creator of Find It Games, and he hoped that his little idea for the game world would sell. Begun as a family venture in the dining room table, each game was created by hand, and he dreamed of selling maybe 500 units. To date, Find It Games has sold over 3 million games and counting. Bob's education was as an aircraft mechanic and entrepreneur at heart. At age 22, Bob began and operated a successful commercial lighting company, which he sold in 2005. There, he recognized the need for great customer service and a dedicated sales plan, which he still implements today. So he applauds thinking outside the box And I'd like you to welcome, Bob's going to wave at you, and you'll see him a little later. Be sure, games and gadgets people, that you get wave. Bob, stand up a second so they see. Gadgets and games people, be sure you get a chance to meet Bob. I happen to notice that some of you are serial inventors, not inventing cereal that you eat, but cereal as in repeat inventors. I believe there are 14, from what I could see, repeat inventors back up here for at least their second year. Repeat inventors, if you've been here more than 1 year, would you stand up and wave at us, please? So look how many young inventors are being inspired. Thank you. I know we also have several inventors here that have been to Nationals. From Nationals 2017, one of the head notebook judges, the Inventor's Journal judge, came up to me at Nationals and said, "What are you doing in Idaho?" These are the best inventors' journals that he had seen in over 37 years of being an invention judge. So they created not just one Inventor's Journal Award, they had to give away 6 Inventor's Journal Awards because Idaho, what y'all are doing, is awesome. Give yourselves a round of applause. At this time, I have an incredible honor to introduce our keynote speaker and MC for today. This is Mr. Gray Bright, who is the host of the live late-night talk show for science and technology called The Tomorrow Show. He's a robotic engineer by education and has manufactured over 1,500 consumer electronics products. He's worked for Will.i.am and currently works for one of Google's advertising agencies. Gray has also performed stand-up comedy, you are in for a treat, across the world, from iconic venues and events such as the Hollywood Improv and international comedy festivals. He's performed with Monty Python at London's O2 Arena in front of 16,000 people, was on the TBS's TV show called America's Greatest Makers, and recently performed stand-up comedy during the launch of a space rocket for NASA at the Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The host of The Tomorrow Show, please give a round of applause for LATV host Gray Bright. You are in for a treat.
My dear. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm such a fan of you, Beth, you good thing. Wonderful. Thank you so much for having me here again. I had the pleasure of being here last year. It is amazing to be here again. Can we throw up the presentation? Now, parents out there, I quickly wanted to say thank you. I completely understand how much time is taken in assisting your kids during invention. I was a young inventor, so I certainly appreciate how much time you've taken. And young inventors out there, my friends, we are now friends. If you're an inventor, you're a friend of mine. And I wanted to highlight, we live in a day and age where there is a car floating around our solar system. A bunch of my friends decided that they wanted to put a car into the solar system, and so they did it. The magic that goes on at SpaceX is a company that at the moment you may think is unobtainable, something that is out of reach. So many of the engineers there started just like you, sitting in rooms like this, having made inventions. They kept going throughout the years, doing more and more. Now, not only is that an amazing moment, I was lucky enough to be at Kennedy Space Center for the launch of the Falcon Heavy. That's my smiling face there. We're going to talk about that a little later and how rockets work and why they're amazing. But first of all, I wanted to give you a little bit of background. My name is Gray Bright, and I have sort of a split lifestyle. On one side, I'm a robotic engineer. I've built things all my life. On the other side, I'm a performer. Somehow I've merged those two together. It's a very niche market. There's not that many comedy engineers out there. But as a kid, all I did was build robots and watch Monty Python. And if you don't know what Monty Python is, parents, let me holler at you. Play Monty Python for your kids, please. such a wonderful, wonderful tag team. So over the years, I have worked at a bunch of companies. Right now, I support Google and Uber building experiences for them. If you've ridden an Uber recently with a deaf driver and you had a notification appear inside your Uber app, that was something we created. We're teaching, what you can see there is teaching people how to do American Sign Language when they get in an Uber with a deaf driver. So we're trying to change lives, and at the same time, a whole bunch of work for Google. Over the years, I invented my own TV show. This was a show that didn't exist, but I wanted it to, so I invented a TV show. I then ended up on America's Greatest Makers, which was a show on TBS for $1 million. Much like today, it was an invention competition. I was battling against 24 teams of engineers for $1 million prize, and I lost to a Bluetooth toothbrush company. I'm not bitter about it. I might be bitter about it. I am bitter about it, but we must move on. So over the years, I have invented a lot of different products. Some of these things serve very little purpose. What you see up on screen at the moment is what's called a breadboard. It's a prototyping board for electronics. That just probably made some lights flash. But in my mind, those lights probably indicated something very important. I then built things and progressed into, that's a metal detector. It's just a couple of pieces of wire with some tin foil wrapped around it, and you detect magnetic resonance. Another one, little love heart that I built my mum. Oh, so cute. SIM card reader. I'm not going to say that this was to cheat the pay TV system, but it may have been to cheat the pay TV system. So over the years, your kids may do things that you think, oh, it's a little questionable. They're actually just doing it to test the system. I used to play with phone lines. I learned a lot about it because you can't really learn about phone lines unless you play with them. So when your kids do this, parents, just notice it and understand it's not for bad. It's to understand how systems work. This was the old school game Pong. Remember that game where it goes beep, beep? I built Pong in a circuit board into a smiley face. So you can see there the potentiometer, it is an eye, the crystal is an eye, the integrated circuit is the nose, and then a bunch of resistors and capacitors for the mouth. This was a M&M color sorter. I built a conveyor system that you poured M&Ms in at one end and they went along a conveyor belt. It detected the color and then would place them into different colored buckets so that I could just eat the green ones because all the other flavors are disgusting. Another one that I built for my mum, this is a solar-powered plant. It would, in the morning, find the sun, and then over the course of the day, would follow the sun, powered by a solar panel, and then two little things called light-dependent resistors. So for those young inventors out there, you can see on that circuit board just below the solar panels, on the left and the right-hand side, a little dot. They're called light-dependent resistors. What I was doing was trying to make those light-dependent resistors find the sun. And so over the day, it would chase the sun. Really cute. Now, as I mentioned, I invented a TV show. Before I did that, many years ago, I wanted to be on the radio station, but no one would let me be on the radio station, so I built a radio station. This is called Grey FM. It was really fun. I could over-broadcast radio stations, and I used to run my own little pirate station. Then I built a TV station. This one was really difficult, and I could only ever broadcast about 15 feet. So it was me and my neighbor who would just watch reruns of Voltron. Really good fun, though. Now, one of the most ridiculous things I ever did, there was an old video game, an old arcade game called Daytona USA. And the premise of Daytona USA was you'd go to the arcade and you'd sit down, you put your quarter in, and then you'd play this game. And this game started by like, hey, please select a race course. And then you'd select your race course and you'd go, please choose manual or automatic transmission. And you choose, and then you race around. And the premise of the game was to keep racing around this track, collecting time extensions so that you could extend your play. I went down to the local arcade with a little tape recorder, recorded all the sound effects out of that machine, and then built a system in my actual car. So when I would open up the door to my car would go, please select a race course. And you go, oh, I've got to go to the grocery store. And you sit down and it goes, please choose manual or automatic transmission. You're like, you're an automatic car. Why are you even questioning that? It then had a very loud PA speaker underneath the bonnet and would announce to everyone in the neighborhood, gentlemen, start your engines. It was the worst car in the world. It was very slow, but whenever I would get to a set of traffic lights and I thought the person next to me wanted to race, I'd go 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, go, go, and they'd drive off and I couldn't move. But the funnest part of it was I rewired the toll detector. So in your car, whenever you have those toll detectors that on a freeway automatically debit your account, I rewired my one so that when I went through the tolls on the freeways in Australia, my car would yell, "Time extension!" and you had to floor it to the next one. It was really good fun. So as I mentioned, I built a talk show. I'll show you what that looks like. Thank you very much, and welcome to the late night talk show for science and tech. My name's Gray. We have a massive show for you tonight. With over 150 million views, Derek Muller.
Sometimes the simplest questions have the most amazing answers.
I was really into science, but I also love filmmaking, and that was kind of my dream, was to make films about science.
You've been to some of the most radioactive places on Earth. Let's take a look at this.
Driving into the Fukushima exclusion zone now.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen from across the globe, to the Kennedy Space Center.
T-minus 10.
To launch the rocket, you press on a big red novelty-sized button, just like this one.
3, 2, 1. And liftoff of Noah's GOES-R, America's most advanced weather eye in the sky.
Here we are at the 3D printing pancake machine.
So what we see here is a robotic spider dress.
A Megabot is a 15-foot-tall, giant fighting robot.
I studied mechanical engineering with focus in manufacturing and electronics. So.
Oh, you good thing.
Engineering's got a branding problem, right? A lot of people think of like pencil ties and lab coats. The reality is it's all much more awesome now. There's lasers and fire and robots and all the sort of big stuff you can make.
I think we're going to see a wonderful two-step here. However, no, he's up on his down. He's fallen on his back. Walking to the pantry, through the kitchen. Here he goes. No, he's bumped into the fridge and he's fallen over. I'll see you in the future on the next episode of The Tomorrow Show. Good night. So that's... Oh, thank you, wonderful thing. That's The Tomorrow Show. And the premise of it came about from how do you take a late-night talk show in the same way that it elevates celebrity for entertainment? How do you take that and do the same for science and tech? So this is one of my, what I think will be a lifelong mission. The show transforms each year into different things. This was America's Greatest Makers. I'll show you one moment of this.
Up next, this world traveler tries to connect with the judges with a tap.
Growing up, I was always making and building inventions. Hi, my name is Gray Bright. These days, we spend less and less time with those we care about. That is ridiculous hair. Buy a comb. No, don't buy a comb. I've cut my hair for 18 years, by the way, just in terms of if you're a young inventor. Quite often you'll just want to invent different types of things, and I've cut my hair. Now, that's a side story. One of the inventions that I have made recently, as you saw, that late night talk show desk, I mentioned that the show transforms every now and then. We had an idea of why do we keep doing this show in a studio? And so this took me about 6 months to build, but I made a motorized late night talk show desk. Now that desk is one of the funnest things in the world. So if you end up in Los Angeles, hit me up and we'll go for a ride because I drive all around Santa Monica on it. It is the greatest fun in the world. Now you may be wondering, well, what other things do you get up to with that desk? Well, I can play basketball on it.
Down the half court, to the three-point line, to the foul line.
Oh, what a goal, what a goal. And you may be wondering, well, is it street legal? I found out the other day whether it was or not. Here's what happens when you're in Santa Monica and the police come past. We're being chased! We can make it! Kyle, we can get to Mexico! We can do it! We can do it! They can't reach us! They can't reach us! Ah! We didn't do it! I didn't do it! So that cop, actually, to give you the background to this story, we're driving along and a police officer comes up behind and puts his lights on. And I was like, oh my goodness. But over the PA speaker, he's just gone, get ready for a selfie. We're like, okay. So pulled out the camera and he chased us down the road just going, stop, you're evading me, slow down. And we got in a 4-mile pursuit chase. Now, the desk has been great fun, but as all you inventors, my friends, as you have experienced, you build something and then you think, you know what? I want to change it. I've thought of something new. We live in a day and age where cars are becoming autonomous, and that as a premise I love. But what if you could build an autonomous desk, a self-driving motorized desk? Well, this is the first stage of getting there. I had to remote control the desk. Kind of in like a neutral position, and now we can send it to the right. Oh, look at it go forward. Yes, it's off. It's off. Oh. And then it nearly ran into a tree. So when you build things, make sure that you put safety systems in. What we're actually going to do is use machine vision, and that soon will become the world's first motorized desk using Raspberry Pi, Arduino, and a camera. And so once again, my friends, young inventors, if you're thinking about how do I take that next step into electronics, there is a board called the Arduino. Parents, once again, let me talk to you for a moment. It's about $35, $40. You can buy it online. It is basically a mini computer that your kids can program into and turn things on or off. There's another thing called the Raspberry Pi, same type of thing, about $40 computer, incredibly powerful devices that teach electronics and coding at the same time. This is some motorized remote control toys. These remote control cars are fully autonomous. They are tracking the line on the ground. A system like that. I love this video. Obviously, we want Teslas to be a little bit better at autonomous driving than those are. However, it shows that the invention, like, at that final level, we're talking about autonomous cars. But at the starting point, you can make an autonomous remote control car. So when you look at things like a rocket and you think, oh, that's so hard, how do they build it? Take a couple of steps back. Maybe you build a cardboard one. Maybe you build one using a plastic bottle and pressurized air. There is levels to all of this. Now, as I mentioned, I'm a massive fan of space. I was lucky enough recently. Well, actually, I sent an email to NASA just saying, hey, can I do stand-up comedy at a rocket launch? Thinking that they'd say no. And they said yes. So I went out to Kennedy Space Center and got to do what was supposed to be 15 minutes of comedy during the T-minus 15-minute countdown. But I learned that day why no one's done stand-up comedy at a rocket launch before. That's because it was delayed by an hour. I had to ad-lib an hour of rocket-based material. We were live streaming, and halfway through, my mum, who was watching in Australia, starts messaging me astronaut jokes that she'd Googled. It's amazing. I thank my mum forever for that. It was wonderful. Standing there like, oh, this one's from my mum. 3 astronauts walk into a bar. It's spectacular. So during this eclipse, you may have seen it last year. I was lucky enough to go out. And I actually sang Black Hole Sun during an eclipse. My invention friends, you may not understand that. Parents, I hope you understand how ridiculously fun that is. I then got stuck in a 5-hour traffic jam because I had driven into a town called Glendo, which was just north of Colorado, and it took 5 hours to get back home. That would have been fine. Sorry, 5 hours to get back to the airport. That would have been fine, but it actually took 13 hours. There was so many people. So I'm now coming up on the 13th hour. Check this out. It's still going.
It was wild. It was incredible. But to see that site was amazing. Now, as I mentioned, I was not only out at Kennedy Space Center for the launch of a thing called the Atlas V. Most recently, I was back out. Oh, by the way, see that top right-hand photo? I'm Australian, and I'm not a citizen, and so there are regulations called ITAR, which are the International Traffic Arms and Regulations, and there are rooms on Kennedy Space Center that I'm not supposed to go into, and I think that's one of them. I don't think I should have been in that room. But anyway, I digress for a moment. So most recently, that's out at Kennedy Space Center doing the stand-up comedy. You may have seen that is my favorite visual joke that I've ever done in my life, pretending to push a button that then sent a rocket off. A rocket launch is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen in my life. The first time was doing comedy, but most recently was back out for the launch of the Falcon Heavy rocket at Kennedy Space Center. If you're wondering the difference between a palm tree and a rocket, that is the difference. Oh, also, if you ever see a traffic cone, wear it as a hat. It's great fun. Now, that's the Falcon Heavy rocket. It is second most powerful rocket that has ever been sent into space. And so my friends, my invention friends, once again, many years ago, our parents, our grandparents got to see something called the Saturn V rocket, and it was launching Apollo missions. That was when they went to the moon. We haven't had any moments like that. The youngsters, people such as me, we haven't had that. That space race hasn't been about. Those days are coming back, those days of mystery, those days of magic. This is the second most powerful rocket in the world. Oh, look at it take off. But incredibly, the moments that are amazing, we'll have a look at the launch.
Falcon Heavy is configured for flight.
T-minus 15, stand by for terminal count. 10, 9, 8.
Side booster ignition.
6.
5, 4.
The left is from my mobile phone. Everyone thought this was going to explode. Even Elon Musk, the guy who runs SpaceX, thought that this rocket was going to explode. Anywhere here, it could explode, it could explode. There is a point called max Q. That is the maximum aerodynamic pressure placed on a vehicle as it leaves Earth's atmosphere. It is a very vital moment because it is the most stressful moment that that rocket will have. It was another point where we thought it was going to explode, but it went all the way through. And if you saw this before, you'll understand the magic of it. The two side rockets separated. And there they are disconnecting. We thought this moment was going to explode as well. So those two side rockets separated and then came and landed back on Earth. Talk about inventing. Everyone said to all the people who work at SpaceX, it's not going to work. But they kept on trying. They blew up so many rockets over the years. They kept on making mistakes and then they learned from it. And then this happened. They had spent years trying to work out how they could simultaneously land two booster rockets. And this top left-hand screen is going to show two rockets coming back and landing on Earth. Isn't that amazing? Oh, isn't that wild? One of the greatest inventions man has ever made. This is going to change our world into a multi-planetary species. Now, we may not see it in our generation, maybe the generation after, but we will be living on Mars one day. Now, there was one other moment during this launch that was incredible, and it was this. They put a car into space. Oh. Amazing, amazing moment. They are inventors. They started out as young inventors. Some of them went and studied mechanical engineering. Some did chemical. Some did business. Some did human resources. There's about 6,000 people that helped make that rocket occur. Now that rocket, we were going to send it around Mars. Whoops, we missed. It went straight past Mars. Well, it's going to go straight past Mars, and it will be in an eternal orbit around the sun. Predictions are that car will last in our solar system for between 100 million years and 1 billion years. No one can really guess. Now, over the years, I've built some rockets myself. I went out recently with all the team from SpaceX to set up rockets, and so I built that one. They build bigger ones than I do. And so we went out. This is a hobby rocket.
5, 4, 3.
That's the size of the rocket that you're about to see.
Come on, come on, come on!
Oh, so much fun. Little hobby rockets, really good times. Now, there's no level to what you can invent. If you want to invent something huge, you can. If you want to invent something small, you can. This man in the center invented SpaceX. He wanted to do something good for the planet. His name is Elon Musk. He's sitting next to people from the space industry. If you want to be part of the space industry, you literally can. If you don't want to, if you want to be part of something else, you can. You can do anything. You can absolutely do anything. We live in a day and age where I obviously haven't started a space company. However, that desk that my hero is sitting at, I got to sit at it. Oh, I got to sit at it. And so even if you don't reach those goals, you along the way will achieve things that make you so happy. Inventing is one of the most important things. I am so impressed at all of the inventions that I've seen. I've met a lot of my friends here, a lot of these young inventors. If you want to say hello afterwards, it would be a pleasure to. Never forget, there is a Tesla floating around space. If you think something's not possible, just remember, we put a car into space. Anything is possible at all. My name is Gray Bright. You can hit me up on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. And once again, I want to say thank you to all the team who made today possible. And thank you to the parents. I completely understand what you're going through. Sustain it. You are building your child's education and you are crafting them to be amazing people in the future. And my friends, you young inventors, we will stay friends over the years. Keep inventing. My name's Gray. Thank you very much.
Told you you would love it. Isn't he amazing? Give him another round of applause all the way from LA. So ladies and gentlemen, let's have the kiddos get a 2-minute stand up, get the wiggles out, and it's the part you are ready for, the awards. All right. Okay. You're the best. I think you should replace Jimmy Fallon. Jimmy. Oh. Him.
Oh, okay, great.
Yep.
So I'm going to hand it to them.
So you. And yep. And bring Bob up with you. So you're going to be the perfect timing.
You're wonderful.
Oh, isn't he?
Absolutely.
Beyond.
Thank you.
I want my daughter, who's an inventor since first grade, too.
Yep.
3 of my girls have gone through this for years. I wanted to come say hi to you. Yes.
Some of these inventions that I've seen are amazing.
I know. Wonderful.
You are perfect for this.
Now, how do
This
we
is the
flow
flow.
through this?
This is the flow. Okay. And they're laid out in order for you. Okay. Right there. They're laid out in order already.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The only change right here, I'm going to bring Brett and Susan out, these guys right here.
Mm-hmm.
Adaptations. Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for the part that you all are excited for. Young inventors, reach around and give yourselves a pat on the back, because whether you're on this stage today or not, you are an inventor, you're creative, you're a problem solver, and you made it to state. You have a lot to be proud of. So at this time, I'd like to reintroduce Gray, and he will be our MC. Young inventors, when your name is called, hustle right up here, come up on that side of the stage, cross over and get your award, and you will shake hands right over here by the flag. You'll receive a flyer as you go out. So we're going to move things along quickly, and don't forget to stay for the ice cream social afterwards. Gray, take it away.
Oh, this is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Now, last year, as you may notice, I have an Australian accent. I've ridden far too many kangaroos over my life, and if I mispronounce a name, it's just the accent. It's just the accent. So keep an eye out. When you hear your name come up, do you like that cover? When you hear your name come up, give me a high five as well, yeah? So what we're going to start with is adaptations, third place, grades 1 and 2. Number 55, Eva Bell, with the liquid foot pad from Mullen Trial. Oh, and you all did really well. And by the way, we will applaud each time. So remember, we've got a lot to go through, but it's very important for each of these kids. So keep up that wonderful applause that I just heard. Once again, adaptations, third place, grades 3 through 4. Number 7, Shalise Coxon with the pillow purse. She's from Bridgewater. Yes, nice work. Woo-woo. Third place, grades 5 through 6. Number 39, Andrew Gordon with the electrode barrier from Heritage Middle. Well done, man. Good times, legend. Good times. Third place, grades 7 through 8. Number 65, Xander Land, speed teacher timer from STEM Charter Academy. Yes, good man. Nice. Oh, we got the big screen as well. Oh. I'll have to do a wave when you come up on the big screen. That's wonderful. Adaptations, second place, grades 1 through 2. Number 54, Aurora Rodriguez with mag, socks and shoes from Mullen Trial. Oh, Aurora. Oh, she's not? Ah. We'll give her, woo. I'll pretend I'm her. Thank you. Second place, grades 3 through 4. Number 42, Lily Colson with Slider from Highlands. Second place, grades 5 through 6. Number 88, Emma Gooch with Bleacher Baby from Summit Hills. Is your t-shirt merch? Oh, give me 5. Yes! She's already working out business models and has her own merchandise as a t-shirt. I love it. Well done. That is fantastic. Second place, grades 7 through 8. Number 86,
Grace Ferguson, the Roland Wipers from STEM Charter Academy. Oh. Good times. Adaptations, first place, grades 1 through 2. Amaya Van Hill, super rider from Hayden Meadows. Give me a hug. You're a buddy of mine. Give me a hug. Spectacular. Well done. Well done. Yes, serial inventor. I got to meet her last year. Absolutely incredible. So proud of the work that she does. Really, really, really well done. That's great. First place. Oh, yes. And Mum's happy as well. Oh, look at the hug. Yes, that's what it's all about. First place, grades 3 through 4. Number 101, Grace Stevens, Ben Stevens, the Spinal Speedway from Hayden Meadows. Yes. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, oh, yes, so good. Oh, did you see that speed? You guys broke the sound barrier. Pretty sure I felt a sonic boom as you came coming around that corner. First place, grades 5 through 6, number 13, Owen Barnes with the modernised locker. Yes. Very nice suit. Oh, I like it. Very good, very good. First place, grades 7 through 8. Number 61, Alicia Davidson, Amboyola Kovtakt from the STEM Charter Academy. I'm going to get you to... We're going to pretend that I'm a ventriloquist. What was the name of your invention?
Amblyopia Kovtakt.
Very good. Well done. Congratulations. Yeah, there is far too many odd syllables in that word. There was no way I was going to get that right. Adaptations, best of category. This is a big one. Best of category goes to number 81, Hunter Burrows with the Windmill Bird Saver. Oh. Legend. Woo, woo, woo. Well done. Oh, so good. So good. Gadgets and games. Oh, gadgets and games is our next category. Oh, we're going to pause. Oh, come on up. Oh, very good. Yeah, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, Fig Pickles, I hope you enjoyed the Toy Emporium out there. We have Susan and Brett Summer and Bob Knight, the famous inventor, to present their own special award to an inventor they chose. We had at least 5 different teams of judges looking for all kinds of different things, from nationals to expo to ribbons, and they chose their own special gadget and game.
It's so great to be here, as always. I'm not going to waste a lot of time with this because you guys are just so great. We have so much fun when we come here, and we had such a great group of judges last night, and we're so happy to have Bob here. I got to show Find It. You guys remember Find It? Well, it's still sold millions, right? This is the man here. This is the guy. And like I said, 3 million sold. And you know, just his story is fantastic. Bob, what did you start putting this in when you started?
When you first started.
You told me it was
Oh, it was in a pop bottle.
a pop bottle. It's how he started it on the table. And what did you name it?
The Looney bottle.
The Looney Bottle.
It drove me crazy.
Okay, so you know, this guy's a living example. Everything just keeps developing and changing, getting better all the time. So we have the award we give is a little confusing, but we want to make it real clear. So we go for the award, we award one of the games, the one who is most ready to go to market. The one who, if we had to sell it in our store tomorrow, this person would be the one that would be closest to doing it. And this person took the most just common idea over here and the most common idea over here. We probably all have them in our home, but he mushed them together to make something that I got to tell you, it looks like everyone should have one in their home. We've never seen one. We looked it up on the internet. We've never found one. This is amazing.
And it could be used so many different ways. Out of the box, Bob and I were standing there going, I was like, you could use it this way.
Yeah, indoor version, outdoor version,
LED version,
glow in the dark version,
the play
NFL.
outside, yeah, NFL,
Yeah,
licensing.
everything.
So,
Unlimited, yeah.
And it was unanimous amongst all the judges who were fantastic. I mean, we had engineering students with us last night. Just amazing.
So the winner of the Fig Pickle Toy Award goes to
Fred Collins.
Fred Collins for the ring toss for Connect 4.
For a ring toss.
All right, and thanks so much to Beth for allowing us to be part of this every year. It is so much fun. We love it. Thank you.
Thank you, Beth. Thank you, Beth. Okay, I'm glad he was here.
Huge round of applause and thanks to Fig Pickles Toy Emporium.
We're playing games later. That is the best basket of toys I've seen in a long time. That is amazing. So, we are at the Gadget and Games section. Third place, grades 1 through 2. Number 76, Lucas Chapman with Exercise Horse from Ramsey. Grades 3 through 4. Number 118, Casey Davis, Now or Later from Ammon Elementary. Gadgets and Games, third place, grades 5 through 6. Number 4, Isabella Brinson with Save Princess Nerd from Atlas. Yes. No 7th and 8th grade entries for that one. Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 1. No 7th or 8th place awarded in that one. There is still more grade 7 and 8s, just in case anyone from grade 7 and 8 was like, whoa, what's happening? Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 1 through 2. Number 8, Dev Alluri with Battle of Matharina from Collister. Battle of Math Arena. Oh. Oh, it's Battle of Math Arena. See, that accent gets me every time. I can do an American accent, but it sounds like Matthew McConaughey. It's terrible. Maybe I'll do it later for you. We'll see. Gadgets and Games, second place, grades 3 through 4. Number 73, Sophia Stewart with Zoo Snafu. Yes. Those are boots. So as I was coming to this event, I spoke to Beth. I live in LA, and obviously coming from Australia, I was basically born on the sun, and I don't know what to do in the snow. And as I was leaving LA, I called Beth, and she said, "Oh, great! Don't forget to bring your snow boots." I was like, I not only do I not have them, I don't even know what snow boots really are. So she just pointed them out to me though. I was going to wrap like garbage bags around my shoes. Gadgets and games, second place, grades 5 through 6, number 100. Lakaya Norlander and Samantha Harding with State Brain. So good. Grades 7 through 8, number 66, Cody George with Star Wars Droid Wath from STEM Charter Academy. Yes, powerful. You got the force in you. You got the force in that one. Oh, hot damn. Made my arm do a windmill. It was so powerful. Gadgets and games, first place, grades 1 through 2, number 58, Kennedy Simpkins with Recycle Land. Yes. Nice work. Congratulations. So good. First place, gadgets and games, grades 3 through 4. Number 72, Lucas Anello, Discover the Villain. Yes. Lucas, yes. Are you recording that as well? Let's do it. Let's do a hello. Oh, and actually we'll do it this way to the crowd, so that we get the crowd in the background. Lucas, legend, well done. Oh, I'm getting old. I can't bend down as quickly as I used to. I just realized, oh my goodness. It is. I'm like 80 foot tall. It's ridiculous. So, gadgets and games, first place, grades 5 through 6. Number 21, Fred Collins with the Ring Toss Connect 4. There we go. I was worried I was going to take your prize. I saw an opportunity. Well done, give me 5. Nice work. Good times. Yes, Fred. I love your direction. It's so good. Gadgets and games, first place, grades 7 through 8. Number 23, Emery Fryan with Solar Skies from Forest Bird Charter. Oh, so good. First place. Best of category. Best of category. Gadgets and games. Number 117, Ben Pajak with Sloth World from Hawthorne. Yes! Yes! Legend! Oh, good times. Oh, best of category. Oh. So good. Jules Verne. My personal favorite, it's not like I pick favorites, but let's be honest, I do have personal favorites. The Jules Verne category I find to be just amazing. It is so good. If you haven't seen, make sure to check him out. So great. Jules Verne, third place, grades 1 through 2, number 107, Kelby Lively and Karen Howard with the communication cap. Do you know what's incredible about that one? The concept that their invention actually surrounds is based in medical science. There are elements of like EEG, ECG measurements. The device that those those kids have come up with is the same type of thing that they could potentially be studying in medical school. It is incredible. And grades 1 through 2, I'm so proud. That's wonderful. Jules Verne, 3rd place, grades 3 through 4. Number 18, Carson Bauer, black hole generator. Has he been sucked into a black hole? Has he gone into his own invention? Black hole generator? He's not here. The irony of black hole generator not being here has made my day. That is just incredible. Oh my goodness. Well, we better send out a search party into a black hole. I don't know how we do that. Grades 5 through 6 in the Jules Verne 3rd place. Number 17, Hilaire Alban with robotic dishwasher. Oh. So good. I was live streaming before the show and was talking about that robotic dishwasher. Can you make one for me like next week? Yes, I see you shaking your head no. Yes, please. I will do whatever. It is a robotic dishwasher. I firmly believe there isn't a person on earth who wouldn't go, robotic dishwasher, yeah, I'll buy that. I'll buy 2 of them. I don't even need 2. Incredible stuff. Grades 7 through 8, no entries in this one. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 1 through 2. Number 11, Ashkira Nataj with bionic eye ear. Yes. Well done. Look at these boots. Oh my goodness. Now, my dear, as I said before, I've spent far too long with kangaroos in Australia. How do I correctly pronounce your name?
Akshara?
Akshara, that is a lovely name. I did mess it up and I apologize, but your invention is amazing. Congratulations, my dear. Well done. And that is another one of those inventions that if you see it, the bionic eye ear resonance, there is resonance with cochlear implants in that invention. I mean, in terms of potentially changing lives, this is amazing what's going on in this room. I'm absolutely thrilled to be here. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 3 through 4. Number 85, Cal McDevitt with Space Diamond Vacuum. At the speed of spy, look at that, running through. Whoa, hyperspeed. And you were talking to me about those diamonds before. The premise of it, you go to a planet such as Saturn and you suck the diamonds off and bring them back to Earth. There is some money and I think there are some other things that could be very valuable out of that. Well done, Cal, amazing. Once again, that is actually potentially something that there are businesses legitimately looking at trying, how we will go to space, mine asteroids and bring it back down. Space industry is going to be incredible in the next couple of years. Jules Verne, 2nd place, grades 5 through 6. Number 80, Dakota Reef with the Tasmanian Saver. Yes! Grades 7 and 8, no entries for the 2nd place. Jules Verne, 1st place, grades 1 through 2. Number 50, Charles Stone with Lunchbox House. Yes, down the center. Nice. Yes. Well done. Lunchbox House. Good times. Jules Verne, 1st place, grades 3 through 4, number 95, Quinn Holt, the wireless energy transmitter. Give me 5. And the reason I want to stand here and speak to me just for a moment, face this way. I want you to understand the invention that you came up with, fundamentally, I think whoever creates that as a real invention will be the most important invention humanity has ever made. Having the ability to wirelessly transmit energy to any point or location in a space will completely transform the way we operate on Earth, because now the entire Earth will be able to be powered, even underground in the outback of Australia. And we will be able to power vehicles through space with much higher propulsion to go further and farther and transmit back. So your invention, I think, if you can do it, it's very, very hard. A man named Nikola Tesla was trying to do it, but he wasn't able to do it. Your invention, if you can do it, I think will be the most important invention humanity has ever had. So well done, man. Well done. It's the wireless energy transmitter. Really cool stuff. Jules Verne, first place, grades 5 through 6, number 79, Talon Bizer with the Nautilus from Roosevelt. Another serial inventor, so good. It is, it just, you never stop. Once you taste the invention, never stops. No entries for 7 through 8. Jules Verne, best of category. Best of category for Jules Verne, number 9, Viduba Arlipitia, Look at Buddy. Look at Buddy, number 9. I wasn't even close, was I? I wasn't even close. We're going to sit down for a minute because my tongue gets tired so often. I couldn't say it right. How do I correctly pronounce your name?
Vibode I Peretti.
Whoa, that is a spectacular name, my friend. And I've got a crazy name like Grey Bright. I mean, you can't have a bright Grey. My name doesn't even make sense. I want your name. Your name's much cooler, my man. Congratulations. Well done.
I forgot to hand the best of categories to these, so if they didn't get one with
Yes, look at that. Give me another 5 as well, man. So good. Well done. Congratulations. Oh, yes, and could we also have the best of category winner from the last round, Ben with Sloth World? There's another prize for you. Come back up here. Let's give you a second round of applause, man. Yes, League Demon. Here we go. An Ozobot. Perfect. And if we've missed any, Beth has more. All right. Non-working models. Non-working models, 3rd place, grades 1 through 2. Number 30, Rory Spurway, Fun and Fabulous Tree. Oh, yes. Oh, good job. Good job. Look at your snow boots. Yes. Mine are falling apart as well. I've been doing too much walking. Non-working models, 3rd place, grades 3 through 4. Number 77, Kyle Kennedy with hair plugs from Rimrock. Oh, yes. Look at you, dapper sir. Oh, my goodness. Cutting through the red tape and off the way to work. Well done. Very good. Very good. He's just closed a deal. Nice work, Kyle. Non-working models, 3rd place, grades 5 through 6, 109. Leah Pebley with After School from Mountain Valley. Situation, and you're like, I am divisive, I know the solution. Oh, he's got to go to a board meeting later on as well, so. Non-working models, third place, grades 7 through 8. Number 91, Cameron Horn with CO2 exhaust filter. Non-working models, second place, grades 1 through 2. Number 83, Dallin Stevens, dog bowl helper from Skyway. Oh, he's fallen in the dog bowl. Oh. We'll move on. He did well, though. Non-working models, second place, grades 3 through 4. Number 111, Jackson Hill flying vacuum from Highlands. Oh, yes, flying down. Flying vacuum. Well done, buddy. Yeah, man. Yes. Oh, flying vacuum. Makes me so happy that that is an invention. That is awesome. Non-working models, second place, grades 5 through 6. Number 1, Cadence Hale traffic sign heater. Yes. The traffic sign heater I saw over there, it has heating elements on the back of it so that if the snow falls and lands on the sign, it melts off. I've never seen snow on a traffic sign before, but I presume it's a thing. I should come out here and go skiing or something. Yeah, we'll do that one day. I might die, so I need protection. Non-working models, second place, grades 7 through 8. 106, Nicholas Druland and Cassandra Urbit with Pro G. It's that accent again. What? Oh, yeah, I said something not even close. Droolard is the correct accent there. It's those kangaroos. They get me every time. Non-working models, first place, grades 1 through 2. Number 15, Duncan Kennedy with the snoozy suit. Oh, yes, buddy. Yes. Another board member. We're building a corporation. Look at that wave. Oh, my goodness. Oh. Non-working models, first place, grades 3 through 4. Number 62, Tess Falquist with the Storm app. Yes. Some power in that one, Tess. Whew. Oh, photos. Yes. Yes. Oh, look at the hugs. It's so good. Non-working models, first place, grades 5 through 6. Number 27, Kiara Jones with Disco Candy Cannonball. This invention you must go and read. I'm not gonna do it verbatim because I may get it wrong, but the problem was it actually says that back in the day, people used to party better during the 60s and the 90s when there was a mirror ball. However, people used to have to stop dancing in order to go and get candy from the bowl. So you're having a dance, the mirror ball, like, oh, I want some candy. I'm going to have to go over here and get the candy. This invention is a mirror ball with a candy cannon in it that shoots candy into your mouth while you're dancing. Oh! Oh, just makes me so happy. Non-working models, first place, grades 7 through 8, number 48, Vincent Grangard with Shower Sling from Lakeland Junior High. Yes. Oh, man. Yes. Hey! Oh, Vincent, very good. Non-working models, best of category. Best of category non-working models goes to number 68, Samantha Schroeder with Invisaway from STEM Charter Academy. Yes. And stay here for 1 second because I actually have questions for you. Out the front, we were chatting about a CubeSat. Tell us more about what that CubeSat is and what you're working on.
So CubeSat is a group of high school students attending North Idaho STEM Charter Academy who are launching a satellite. So yeah.
They're launching a satellite. Oh my goodness me. So the CubeSat, when do you hope to send it up on a rocket?
Hopefully either May or June, one of those months.
Like this year? Yes. Like it's happening? Yes. Samantha, incredible. Give her another round of applause. That is utterly amazing. You can see it out there. CubeSats are very small satellites that are becoming more and more prolific in the sort of consumer to entry-level business space. Definitely check them out. They're low-cost satellites. They do burn up over time. However, it is another one of those things that's going to change the space industry. Oh, they can. Your school can. Hang on, Beth. Say what you just said again.
Just you can sign up your school to become a space ambassador, and once the CubeSat launches, you can track the satellite at your school.
Damn, amazing, amazing. Working models. Working models, third place, grades 1 through 2. Number 12, Fiona Goldner with the sensor light. Yes! I love this product because it's actually an invention she created. She stays awake a little too late at night reading books, and her parents don't want her to have the light on because she should be asleep. So she created an invention that detects when her parents come up the stairs and automatically turns the light off so she doesn't get in trouble. It's amazing, Fiona. So good. Working, whoa. We've had a mic issue. Let me tighten all these. Oh, there we go. A full rotation fixed it. Working models, third place, grades 3 through 4. Number 35, Nadine Spatini with hot cams, hot car alarm and monitoring system from Hawthorne. How do I pronounce your name correctly?
Nandini.
Yes.
Sapani.
Sapani. I was so close. Sapani. Well done. Congratulations, Nadini. Well done. Working models, grades 5 through 6. Number 40, Landon Haymeyer with Sip and Stow from Heritage Middle. Well done. Working models, third place, grades 5 through 6. No, grades 7 through 8. Oh, so that's his working models, third place, grades 7 through 8. Number 49, Holly Cass with the dry erase desk. Working models, second place, grades 1 through 2. Number 56, Savannah Mortson with bar gloves by Mullum Trial. Oh, she dabbed. Oh, she dabbed. That's spectacular. So good. Working models, second place, grades 3 through 4. Number 6, Maya Donnell with portable pet cooler. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh. Well done. To your parents as well, such an articulate speaker. I saw you present to me over there. Really, really, really awesome work, really cool. Working models, second place, grades 5 through 6. Number 114, Jacob Briggs with apple pie from Fairview. That was a solid hit. Did you hear that? Oh. Every now and then when the hands just hit in the right way. Oh, that sound, perfect, perfect. Working models, nice work, Jacob. Working models, second place, grades 7 through 8. Number 104, Spencer Kleiman and Jacob Schreider with Project Fidget. Oh, these are getting better and better. Oh, good, you are here. I wasn't sure whether you were here. Give me 5. Nice. Oh, solid team. Yes. Well done. Working models, first place, grades 1 through 2. Number 57, Zoe Fletcher, Trained Sleepy Helper, 2083. These are all perfect. Well done. Working models, first placed, grades 3 through 4. Number 31, Ashra Suresh with mobile seatbelt, Hawthorne. Oh, look at your speed. So speedy, well done. Oh. Working models, first place, grades 5 through 6. Number 51, Ariel Levi with Freeze Feeder from Middleton Middle. Well done, congratulations. Amazing work. Working models, first place, grades 7 through 8. Number 69, Skylar Taylor with no click stick from STEM Charter Academy. Yes. Woo! With a NASA t-shirt on, yes. working models, best of category. Ooh. Ooh. Best of category, working models, number 26, Addison Forsman with Winter Warmer. Oh! Oh! Yes! Yes! Oh, Addison. Yes, and a wave. Nice work. Perfect Pitch Presentation Award. This is the Perfect Pitch Presentation Award. Of those young inventors who were selected to pitch their invention, a separate team of judges selected the one pitch they thought was the best. The winner of the Perfect Pitch Presentation Award is number 51, Ariel Levi with Freezy Feeder. Yes! Oh! Oh, well done. Congratulations. Amazing. You have to see the Freezy Feeder. Utterly amazing. Absolutely amazing. As I said to you, I'm so impressed with what you've built there. Absolutely incredible. People's Choice Award. Oh, this is a big one. People's Choice Award goes to number 26, Addison Forsman with Winter Warm from Garwood. People's Choice Award. Best of Show, grades 1 through 4. Grades 1 through 4, Best of Show goes to number 33, Critty Natagan with Finger Projector from Hawthorne. A Lego Mindstorms. A Lego Mindstorms. Oh my goodness. Have you ever played with a Mindstorms set before?
No.
Oh, are you excited for it?
Kind of.
Yes, I am. I think it's the best thing ever. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. You're going to love it. You can build so many different robots with it. Oh, here a round of applause once again. Best of Show, grades 5 through 8. Grades 5 through 8, Best of Show goes to number 84, Lauren Stevens with Quick Fix from Skyway.
And she won the free patent search.
What a free patent search. She also wins a free patent search. Give me 5. Let's have a hug. Well done. You've got a free patent search as well. Congratulations. And a Lego Mindstorm set. Oh. Have you played with one of these before? Oh, you're going to love it.
She is also the University of Idaho College of Engineering $1,000 scholarship winner to be held until she is of college age.
Congratulations. I'll give it away for you. So good. Amazing work. Congratulations. Oh, we have a best of category adaptations.
Did I miss you?
Oh, yes. Hunter, good times. Congratulations again, buddy. Nice.
I'm going to give you a little break.
Yes.
I'm going to give you a little break.
That's
but
the
you
award.
can shake hands. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Isn't he amazing? I am not coming back if he doesn't join me. So,
Give me a hug.
oh, you stay here.
Thank you for having me.
Shake hands.
Thank you for
All right.
having me.
I'm retiring if he doesn't come back every year. So we have a few major announcements now, and Gray's going to stand by and shake hands. And Appreciate both of you shaking hands. I know you've been here a long time, but these are super important items that I'd like to share with you. First of all, we have some Expo students whose way is being paid by the University of Idaho to come back and pitch their invention right with the senior design projects. And so I would like to first thank the University of Idaho for having them, but if these people would please come on stage and get your information about attending Expo. First of all, number 51, Ariel Levi with Freezy Feeder from Middleton Schools. Come on up. All righty. Tammy, I'm going to have you help me here. Thank you. Ariel, and there's the information you need. Thank you. All right, if you just find the right certificate. And number 35, Nandini Sipani, Hot Cams from Hawthorne. Number 26, Addison Forsman, Winter Warmer from Garwood. Number 95, Quinn Holt, Wireless Energy Transmitter, Winton Elementary. And while he's working his way up, these were all selected by a totally separate team of judges. We had like 5 different teams of judges picking their own thing. So congratulations. Number 23, Emery Fayen, Solar Skis from Forest Bird Charter. And last but not least, going to Expo for 2018, number 79, Talon Biza from the Nautilus from Roosevelt. We're getting there. Attending nationals. Nationals will be held in 2018. The National Invention Convention and Entrepreneurial Expo will be held at the Henry Ford in Dearborn, Michigan. The Henry Ford is an amazing opportunity. Now, first what I'm going to announce, again, separate team of judges, these kiddos are grades 1 and 2. They get to enter online only. Okay, but they do get to enter the National Invention Convention, so we want to bring them up. These are our online winners. If number 33, Kriti Nagathon, Finger Protector from Hawthorne. Number 50, Charles Stone, Lunchbox House from Lamb Christian Academy. The first and second graders don't travel to nationals, but they are representing Idaho at the National Invention Convention online. Very nice. Number 107, Kelby Lively and Kaylin Howard, Communication Cap from Hayden Meadows. Congratulations, ladies. Number 15, Duncan Kennedy, Snoozy Suit from Cynthia Mann. Number 58, Kennedy Simpkins, Recycle Land, Mullen Trail. Might have had the number wrong there. Congratulations. Number 8, Dev Alluri, Battle of Matharina, Collister. All righty. Nope. Number 112, Amaya Van Hill, super writer from Skyway. That's okay. It was just a certificate. And number 57, Zoe Fletcher, trained Sleepy Hollow Helper 2083, Mullen Trail. Those are our Idaho online entries for the National Invention Convention. Yay, congratulations. Last but not least, remember to join us for the ice cream social afterwards. And if you want your judging forms, you can get those later. That would be fantastic. If you want pictures on stage, we'll bring the big red banner up afterwards if you'd like to. And if we could get a whole group photo of anybody and everybody that received ribbons, and especially those of you that I'm going to announce next. These will be our national attendees, qualifiers. If you want to come up, we'd like to get a big picture on stage while I meet with your parents of national attendee qualifiers right over here. So our last award today, these students will be qualified to attend the National Invention Convention and Entrepreneurship Expo, actually going to Dearborn, Michigan. They are being awarded a $500 scholarship courtesy of the STEM Action Center and Micron to help them on their trip. And these students, I'd like them to stay up here, give them a huge round of applause. Number 79, Talon Biza, Nautilus from Roosevelt. Number 84, Lauren Stevens, Quick Fix from Skyway. National attendee or qualifier, number 61, Alicia Davidson, Amblyopia Contact STEM Charter Academy. Number 88, Emma Goosh, Bleacher Baby from Summit Hills. Number 9, Vaboda Ayaparetti, Look Out Buddy Collister. Did I get it right? Number 6, Maya Donnell, portable pet cooler from Bora. Donnell, right? Number 13, Owen Barnes, modernized locker from Cynthia Mann. These kiddos are from all over the state, from Pocatello, Southeast, Southwest, Boise, North Idaho, representing Idaho very well. Number 81, Hunter Burroughs, windmill bird saver from Selly Valley Carden. Also qualifying for nationals, number 51, Ariel Levi, freeze easy feeder from Middleton Middle. And each of these students is receiving a $500 scholarship. Number 32, Carter Cook, Musical Madness from Hawthorne. He's not here. Oh, yay, there he comes. All right, Carter. These were all judged by a separate team of judges. Number 39, Andrew Gordon, Electrode Barrier from Heritage. Number 95, Quinn Holt, wireless energy transmitter from Winton. Number 26, Addison Forsman, winter warmer from Garwood. And our last three, Number 62, Tess Falquist, Store Map app from STEM Charter. Number 114, Jacob Briggs Apple Piler from Fairview. And last but not least, our national qualifiers representing Idaho at the National Invention Convention. Number 68, Samantha Schroeder in Vaseway from STEM Charter. Let's give them all a huge round of applause. You all stay here, okay? Another huge round of applause and a thank you to the University of Idaho for this beautiful facility and opportunity. And I want him to take huge bows. Come on up, Gray Bright, MC of the Year. He is amazing. Invent Idaho forever. Thank you all for coming. Enjoy the ice cream social. Inventors, start thinking of next year. Thank you all for coming. Parents, drive safely. See you next year.